we offer the following advice. First, remember that Ohio PIRG's report includes only a sampling of potentially hazardous toys. Always carefully examine toys before making a purchase. You can keep toy safety at your fingertips by using Ohio PIRG's new mobile website at www.toysafety.mobi. And consumers can use this mobile website to report toys that they feel may be unsafe. Of course, consumers should also always report unsafe toys and toy-related injuries to the CPSC at cpsc.gov. We wish everyone a happy and safe holiday season. And now Congresswoman Kilroy will give her statement and we'll take your questions.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks to Patty Elam and Juliet Blackenberry of City Kids Daycare for hosting us here. It's a great reminder when we look around this room about how busy and active young children can be and how much we want to keep our young people safe and sound. And I want to thank you, Manfred and Ohio PIRG, for your leadership on this, and to thank the PIRG Education Fund for its efforts to promote toy safety in our community. You know, we are going to be embarking, typically the day after Thanksgiving, a major shopping day. Parents, grandparents, doting aunts and uncles will be out there looking for the toy that will help make Christmas bright and cheerful for their children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. And we want to make sure that these millions of parents and family members find toys that are safe. None of those people want to buy something that could potentially cause a choking hazard to their child or expose their child to lead or hazardous chemicals or damage their child's hearing. But as consumers, as parents, you know, we don't necessarily know about all that, and in the shopping that goes on, we're not necessarily have that first and foremost on our mind as to what to look for. That's why this report is so important and why this website is so important. So we could do our homework before we hit the shopping mall and avoid toys that have been identified as unsafe and get educated. So you might take a second or third look at a toy that might not be on the list, but might not be the best toy for your young child. That's why I think this report is so great, and how we can learn how to be vigilant consumers and parents. You know, if I was looking at this little doll thing, it would look pretty good just right off the top, and would not necessarily notice that this thing comes apart and this little spoon can go down a child's trachea and get stuck there. That would not be a very happy Christmas, and children do die in our country from choking hazards, children under 3. So while the doll is a great idea, and this is so avoidable in manufacture, could have so avoided putting that little choking hazard in, that would have been such a great thing to not include. And making sure we protect our children's hearing from loud toys, and maybe help protect the frayed nerves of some adults too if we avoid some loud toys. And avoiding products you would never know by looking at the cute little purse or some of the other cute toys that are on the website, that they would pose a hazard to a child. So I commend Ohio PIRG for releasing Trouble in Toyland and exposing these hazardous toys that still remain in production despite the increased requirements of the law, and I hope despite the increased vigilance of the Consumer Product Safety Administration. And I really commend your efforts for the Toy Safety website, these tips to avoid these hazards. And I hope that toy buyers in the stores too start being aware of these issues and these products. So if somebody's a buyer for a national chain or a local chain, to make sure that you understand that we as parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, consumers want to go into your store and find toys that are safe and meet these standards for our loved ones. So remember, avoiding choking hazards. For electric toys, look for the Underwriter's Laboratory seal, signifying that they have been tested. Look for words on like non-toxic, on toys that little ones are likely to put in their mouth, and for little ones that's pretty much everything. And be especially cautious of toys that make noise, as young children's hearing is still developing. And listen to the volume yourself. You know, ask them to put a battery in it so you can actually hear what it sounds like. And lastly, although the amount of toy recalls has gone down since the passage of the Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act, we must all be vigilant and pay attention, not only to reports like this, but any words, but potential recalls that might come down in the future.